Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. This is not a celebrity reading, but it is a conspiracy reading, I guess you want to say. Today's video is going to be on where do we go when we pass away, okay? Do we really all burn in hell? Do we go to heaven? Do we go someplace else? Or do we stay trapped within this terrible, horrible realm for the rest of our lives, okay? Or, well, our soul lives, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be finding that out today. All right, so stay tuned. But before we get into it, hi, my name's Soraya. I'm a psychic. I do personal readings. Link down below. I just dropped my sugar jar spell. Yes, that is the spell that gave me this beautiful apartment. So go tap in, okay? Go tap in and make your sugar jar, okay? Go manifest your life. And I also have a Discord where you can talk to me either one-on-one or in a group setting. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Without further ado, let's get straight into it, girl. Y'all know I don't play no games. Let's get into it. Where do we go when we die? Hold on, let me kind of. Okay. Where do we go when we pass away, spirit? Actually, let me take my crystal. I think my crystal is gonna help me with this. I have. I forgot what this crystal is called. It kind of looks like a earthy crystal without the green. It's very nice. Okay. So where do we go when we pass away, spirit? Spirit guides, ancestors, guardians, spirits, and us. Where do we go when we die? I'm hearing different people go different places. Whenever I ask this question, I hear that same answer, but to go a little bit more into depth, spirit is telling me just because we look the same, meaning just because we're all human, don't mean we all go the same places, right? I feel like there are some people here that are from different places, different ethnic realms. I don't even know what the fuck you would call that, like different sorts of astral realms, and so they go to the realms in which they are from, right? So for example, right, I believe that I am from a higher, more angelic realm, so naturally I would go back to where I'm from. There are some people that are very low vibrational, like spirit is telling me we have some posers in here. Like, just because everybody looks human doesn't necessarily mean that's what they are or that's what their soul originates from, right? Some people have a more darker negative soul, and that is the realm that they would go back to. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing. Different people go different places, and not everybody is from the same place. Just because we all look alike doesn't mean we actually are all alike. But let's see, where do people go when they pass away? I'm just hearing some people go back to where they came from. The Empress is here. Okay, so this talks about rebirth as well. This talks about fertility, abundance. So I do feel like for the most part, if you are a regular soul slash human being, I feel like you kind of go back to, let me pull a couple more cards. This is a very intricate question. The Six of Wands. I feel like you finally go back to your soul family. Even if it's not like your real life family, you could go back to your ancestors, your spirit guides, the Six of Cups. Yeah, this makes me feel like you go back to where you came from. Or you just go back to the place. I don't know. I feel like throughout our lifetimes, there are people that are waiting for us on the other side. Now, this is specifically towards like the general sense, not the ones that are fake, the low key demons, the vampires. We're not talking about all those, lizards that are pretending to be real humans. We're not talking about them right now. We're talking about actual human beings in the general sense, right? I feel like you kind of go back to your soul family, the people that have been waiting for you, the people that have been watching over you, protecting you, spirit guides, guardian angels. I feel like you finally visit them in the afterlife, right? So this makes me feel like when you pass away, you're almost with the Six of Wands met with a welcome home. Like, you know what I mean? A welcoming, like, when people graduate and they're like, oh my gosh, they come home and they're like, yay, you graduated. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like a celebration is had. And so, yeah, it's not like you die and you're all alone and, you're just haunting everybody. Some people do end up becoming ghosts and getting haunted, but I feel like spirit's telling me that's when their death is too hard to process. When the death has been very traumatic or too hard to process, that is when they kind of turn into ghosts and their soul kind of gets trapped on this realm because they cannot move forward from from that very abrupt death. You know what I mean? When people can't process their deaths, they stay here. But like I said, in a general sense, you're supposed to go to the people that have been watching over you. Okay, the Empress is here. There's something about the Empress that feels very godly. It feels like there are also I don't want to say entities because that sound dark, but there are higher spirits, right? Very powerful higher spirits that will be watching over you when you pass away. So it doesn't feel like when you die, it's just like, oh my gosh, nobody's here for me. I'm all alone. There makes me feel like when you die, you're met with spirits that care for you, spirits that have been there for you, even though you can't see it or you couldn't see it in this physical realm that we're in. It makes me feel like you're not alone when you die. Okay? That's what I feel like. I feel like you're not alone. I don't know how it works on the other side or how you would communicate, but it feels like your soul is met with other beings that have been protecting you and watching over you. Like when somebody partner passes away and it's like, okay, I'll meet you on the other side. I feel like they would actually meet on the other side. All right. Now let's get into it. Where do the other spirits go? This is for humans, okay? Six of Cups, the Empress, Six of Wands, going back to ancestors, going back to spirit guides, going back to guardian angels, going back to whatever Lord you believe in, okay? That is where you go. So yeah, these are for the good people. Now let's see, where do the bad people go? Where do the bad people go when they pass away, spirit? Where do the bad people go? The negative ones, the demonic people. Where do they go when they pass away? Do they go to hell? Does hell really exist? The Wheel of Fortune. It depends. Wow. This isn't a straightforward answer. The Five of Cups lets me know that the bad people, when they pass away, they are met with disappointment. So it's not like the other reading I just did where they're met with open arms and hey, welcome back. This kind of feels like they're met with solitude. Where do the bad people go when they pass away? The Three of Cups. Hmm. I don't believe they get banished to a realm like hell where they're just damned to live there for life. It kind of feels like they have more freedom than that. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I don't feel like, they're like roaming the astral realm causing chaos, but it doesn't feel like chains is on them like jail. It doesn't feel like hell. Like what I have idealized to be hell. This feels like a different form of hell. So does hell really exist? Yes and no. It's a different form. It's in a different form, right? I feel like I'm hearing hell is what you make it. Hell is in your own mind. So maybe they get trapped into their own consciousness. I don't know. Yeah, the devil card is here. So again, this lets me know that some people do have soul karmic ties to darker entities, and that's why they probably operate from a low vibrational place, right? So somebody who already is just demonic in nature, period. They do evil in this life, they pass away, and I feel like they go back to the lower vibrational realm that they are even from. This also lets me know some people are kind of in contracts with demonic entities. And if they have not fulfilled that contract by the time that they have passed away, they go right back to the entities. So some people are kind of in debt, right? Because I'm seeing the chains on their neck and shit like that. That lets me know that they are kind of in debt to these entities, right? So people that have not fulfilled their soul contracts with demonic entities, they go right back. So really, some people don't have free will. They're kind of controlled by these entities, so their fate is controlled. Or not, they don't have like the free will of like I said, the other people that I just read. For majority of us, right, we go back to our soul families, our soul tribe, whatever the case may be. Okay, so I'm feeling happy because this lets me know that when I die away, my biggest fear was being alone, and I don't, who wants to be alone when they die, right? Like when they pass away and they move on to the next life. Who wants to be alone up there in the clouds? No, bitch, I need me some friends. Like I'm scared. So that's good. I feel like when you pass away, you get help. Like it's not just like you have to figure everything out on your own. Like you know how people have idealized it to be, oh, you just got to walk through the light on your own. I feel like you have help. They're making me feel like your spirit guides, spirits that have already been around you previously your whole life, they come to finally greet you when you pass away and kind of continue to help you along your transition to being just a soul, a free soul without a vessel. Because that's really all our bodies are. Our bodies are just vessels that tie us to this realm. Without this vessel, girl, you can go anywhere. So let me see here. Said, where do bad people go when they die? Four of Wands, again, relationship, contract, marriage usually means being intertwined. Contract makes me feel like bad people go back to where they are from. Now, I feel like some have the power to do whatever. Like, some people have the power to, when they pass away, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Okay? If they want to go fuck somebody's life up, they can go do it. If they want to haunt somebody, they can go do it. But not everybody in a general sense, right? It's not a majority, like, every bad person that passes away fucks up somebody's life. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like haunting or whatever. Let me see. What about people that are. Can I ask you about reptilians? Does that count as bad people? I feel like it kind of does. What else can I ask? We asked if hell exists, which we kind of got a yes, but not in the burning fire. Like, I don't think hell is like a burning pit of fire and everybody just falls into there. They're making me feel like I just keep seeing hell as your own mind. So I don't know if you get trapped into your own consciousness and you can't escape it. But, anyways, does heaven exist? Does heaven really exist? I feel like I already did this reading on my Patreon, y'all. Go subscribe to the Patreon. Go click the video and see if heaven and hell exists. I'm not going to answer this question because I already answered on my Patreon. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else. Okay, where do we go when we die? Where do the other people go when they die? The ones that are low-key reptilians. Because we know where the good people go. The good people are good. They're met with community on the other side. Where do the bad people go? Also, I feel like intuitively we get the choice on whether or not we want to reincarnate. Now, some of us is kind of not a choice, like we kind of have to. If you did not complete your life mission, if you did not complete all the things you were supposed to complete in this lifetime, by the time you pass away, you are going to have to spin the block and do another life cycle. But for those who have completed their life's mission, you do not have to. They're making me feel like you don't have to reincarnate. You don't have to. It's an option. You always can, but you don't have to reincarnate. They're making me feel like most people choose not to reincarnate because I just heard they're done. Like they don't want anything like, you know what I mean? They're kind of done. They did what they had to do. So yeah, I feel like reincarnations used to happen more in the past because I'm also hearing Earth was a little bit more high vibrational at that point in the past. But also a lot of people had not completed their life cycle. So it's like they had to spin the block one more time. But I feel like reincarnations are not that common anymore. Fun fact, that's just what I felt the need to share. Okay. So we know about that reincarnations, rebirths. Let's see what else. When people pass, can they really turn into animals when they come back, like Moana and shit? Do they really turn into animals? They're making me feel like that has to be a lineage thing. Like it can only happen through lineage to return as an animal, or you can be cursed. Yeah, Six of Cups. It has to be through lineage. It has to be through some sort of relation. Anyways, I mean, you can do it. I'm hearing you can do it, but it has to be, you either have to make a deal with somebody or a spirit, an animal spirit, or your ancestor. It's an ancestral thing. Okay. Let's see what else. What else do I want to ask without being offensive? One more card, spirit. Where do we go when we pass away? Where do we go? What is death like? Let me ask that. What is it like when you pass away? I mean, I know that's like a general sense because everybody passes away in different ways, but what do you see when you pass away? Where do you go? Is it all black? Do you see white? Do you see everything like normal? What do you see? I just keep getting that's such a, yeah. The Three of Wands. I feel like, ooh, why do I feel like you could stare back down at the earth? Like kind of being in outer space. Like you see everything in a general sense. It's kind of like viewing things from a bigger picture. Like, for example, we walk through life with a first person perspective because I mean, you and I mean, we're in these vessels, but they're making me feel like when you are no longer trapped in the vessel, you don't see things like how you would see things in this body. So, for example, you have two eyes, so I can only see things through these two eyes. But they're making me feel like when you pass away and you leave this vessel behind, you see everything, like in a general sense. Right? So I don't know, maybe you become the clouds in the sky and you can see like the whole skyscrapers and the trees and everything. Maybe you become a star and you could stare back down at the earth, but they're making me feel like you see things in a general sense. Like you see the bigger picture and not just through a limited lens. Interesting. Okay, so again, I try my best to do this reading, but it is such a dynamic thing. Like this is not something with a simple answer. Everybody is different. Everybody is going to have a different experience, but I hope I was able to cover somewhat all bases when it comes to passing away. Like I said, if you're demonic, especially if you have a deal with an entity and that deal has not been completed, you're going straight back to that entity. Hell is your own mind, okay? So I don't know necessarily what that means, but maybe you're trapped into your own consciousness and you cannot escape. I don't know. They're making me feel like, you know, but again, they're also making me feel like not many people get damned to hell. I mean, you can, but it's not like God is going to strike you down and be like, ah, but they're definitely making me feel like hell is confinement. You know what I mean? In a way, you're confined to a certain realm or a certain space. And most of us go to the community that has been waiting for us all this time. So I hope that was enjoyable for some of you guys. I know for those who are not really, y'all don't know too much about the astral realms, this is going to be very hard to comprehend. We all come from different realms. Some of us come from the same, but for the most part, we're all like a part of different astral realms. And so they're making me feel like you just simply go back home. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, questions, concerns down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Mwah.